Good afternoon everybody, welcome to another session down a very small river, as you can see behind me. 1st of March today. It's just a couple of weeks now till the end of the season, unfortunately, so I'm going to make the absolute most of getting on the rivers in the next couple of weeks or so. And with that in mind, as I say, I've got to this very small tributary of the Avon here that you see behind me. I hope you can also see it's a lovely sort of pale green, greyish sort of colour. It looks great. There's about a foot or so of visibility, perhaps a little bit more, perhaps about 18 inches. It does look good for a bite, I have to say. Now, I've come out today, roving session, and I'm going to target really when we're just the beginning of March. It's fairly cold, as you can see by my attire. Going to be targeting chub and roach, I think. Certainly that's the idea for now. See if we can winkle out some chub and some roach. With that in mind, I've got some lobworms, I've got some bread, I've got some dendrobenas, and I've got some maggots, and a little bit of Angling Bait Company Pro Roach Groundbait mixed in with some liquidized bread, just some breadcrumb, white crumb. And with me I've got rod, landing net and bank stick, and that's it. What I've got with me today is my 8-foot Browning Black Magic picker. I've coupled with that Goture GT 2000S reel. Nice, reasonably sensitive quiver tip on here, which I have painted white. And nice, reasonably sensitive setup, but one that will also cope with any chub we're likely to encounter in here. I think if we caught a 4-pound chub in here, it'd be an absolute monster. Now the weather, well, till a second ago was looking kind. It was very overcast, but clouds are breaking up a little bit, unfortunately. But as I say, we'll have a little bit of a rove along here. We'll do as much as we can. We've got maybe 2 hours, something like that. I think it's certainly 3:30, getting on for 4:45 now. So we've got a couple of hours, I think, of light left. So enough talking. Let's go do some fishing. So guys, as I said, we'll do as many swims as we can. We'll have a wander up the stretch. A nice overhanging tree here. I'm just going to put a few balls of this groundbait in, tiny little balls, and I think we'll follow it in with a bit of bread flake just on the link ledger so we can let it run down. That's just nice. Don't fish this stretch very often. Fancied a bit of a change, and I fished this one once this year, much earlier in the year. If you remember back to the video Anastasia and I did, roving video, this is that very same stretch, although it looks a lot different now. It's full of lilies and summer and lots of overhanging foliage, but obviously, being that we're now just coming into spring, looks a lot different. I do tend to avoid it because my understanding is it gets fished quite a lot. It's a club stretch, it does get fished quite a lot. It's right next to a road, really easy to get to. So clearly it'll get fished more than other stretches. From a convenience point of view, with the lockdowns in place, it's not too far from my house, and I can get here in about 10 minutes or so. And assuming everyone else is sticking to lockdown, but that is a big assumption. Having looked at the roads, busy as they ever are, but who knows. Could only do the right thing yourself, can't you? You can't tell everyone else what to do. So, as I say, we'll go on the link ledger first. I've got some tiny little feeders with me as well, which I may go on as we get further up the stretch. I think for now we're going to go on the link ledger. I can If I could find my, there we go, my shot. There we go. Long box. Just a little bit of line off there. One SSG's plenty in here. Just enough to keep the bait stationary when I want it stationary and moving when I don't. There we go. Thumb minus thumbnail, of course. Still growing back. You'd be amazed how much you use your right thumbnail. You certainly miss it when you haven't got one. Okay. Right. Now, as I said, given that 5 minutes, a few minutes anyway, to just rest up that squid. Not going to give it any harm. As I say, I've got some maggots with me as well, so I always go on the maggot feeder. Should I fancy that? Some roach in this stretch as well. Well, there is. I've caught the odd one, so I don't fish it very often due to how busy it is. But let's bang this down there and see if anyone's at home. Just over there. Okay, good job. We'll just trickle a little bit of this groundbait in. I'm not squeezing these balls too hard either, just to see if we can get some interest. That clutch. Give it a spot perhaps 10 minutes. 10 minutes is generally long enough if you're going to get any indication at all. You usually get one within 10 minutes if you're going to catch. Oh, hello. Bit of an inquiry then. Get some taps and some knocks. Big old lump of bread flake on there. I was sitting on my hands a little bit. I think that's probably a roach pecking away at that from the looks of it. Try again. A few goes in with a big lump of flake before we go on the smaller baits. It's a good sign, certainly. Croaky today. Been running around like a lunatic with the kids though for half an hour before I come out for a rest. Nice flow actually in here. Be nice to trot through here. I'll think about that in the next day or two if I can get out. I'm feeding, as I say, liquidised bread with a bit of Pro Roach Groundbait in it, but that's it. There's nothing in it at all, feed wise. Yeah, this is definitely a smaller fish chewing away at this bread. Right. Chewing it away to nothing. Okay, I think what we'll do, being the case, scale down, see exactly what's going on. We've got a 16. Got the maggots. I'll stay on the link ledger for a minute before I think about going on the feeder. A couple of maggots on the link ledger just see what's going on down there. Sprinkle a few in and then flow down. Bites certainly seem like smaller fish, don't they? Getting rattles already. Absolutely destroyed. One maggot gone, one sucked to within an inch of its life. So let's try again. Say it's oh, it's minnows. You may have a problem with minnows. Stare about. Certainly a few of the bites weren't minnows, but those little rapid pulls on the quiver tips certainly were. You may struggle in here. I might get minnowed. Might have to get a worm on. Minnows. Well guys, I'm going to move on. I'm getting absolutely minnowed to death in there. So, time to move on. Very obvious snag to fish to in this swim, as you can see. Just letting the link ledger just run down a little bit. Nice big lump of bread flake on there. Very little experience of this stretch, to be honest. I've only fished it once or twice before, so not a lot to go on really. So I'm going to fish all the obvious places first off. Well, I don't know what's going on in the background. But while I was looking at that, I didn't notice I was getting a bite. I think something's just caught a pigeon out of a tree. As I say, whilst I was looking at that, you probably saw. I think it was a buzzard or something. Caught something out of a tree. But yes, while I was looking at that, I didn't notice my rod arched over. This is going to be fun because the water's a long way down. Gotcha. Whew. Well, it's been hard going. I've been minnowed out in pretty much every swim. I say I dropped into this one, a lovely little pool here. Literally just no ground bait, no nothing. Just put some bread flake out and just let it trundle around. And as I say, a pigeon had flown across there. I'm not sure. Something seemed to grab it in the air. I have to look back on the footage, see if I can see, but it's a bit up that way, so I don't think I'm going to see, but fab. Well, guys, it's just starting to get dark, as you can see, so I'll just put the light on, do this fella a bit of justice, but yeah, fantastic. No monster, is he? £1.50, £2, something like that, but fab. Made it worthwhile coming out, doing a little bit of roving. As I say, it has been hard going. Minnows, minnows, minnows all the way. Fantastic. Right, let's get him back. I think I'm going to make this the last swim. It's starting to get dark, it's starting to get pretty cold. Frost again tonight. I think it's worth 5 minutes in here. Decent depth in there. Let's see if we can't winkle out perhaps another one. Going to be a frost again tonight, certainly within a few hours by the feel of it. Wind's quite icy. What I've done is put a little feeder on in here because I want to keep it out close over towards that raft over there. And that last swim I had the link ledger on because I was casting it into the current and just let it run around towards me. Whereas here I don't want it to run in, I want it to stay over there, so I've put a little feeder on. Just see if we can't tempt anybody who might be under that raft over there. Again, just a big lump of bread flake. We'll give it 10 minutes in here, I think, and then we'll call it. Cool. So a little knock there. I'll just put a little bit, a few tiny little handfuls of groundbait in upstream. Oh, definitely a knock there. Like minnows again. Oh. Well, there's lots and lots of taps, rattles, plucks and pulls, but that's not really good news because that tells me there's lots of little fish down there. There's lots of little fish down there. I wouldn't imagine there's a chub down there, unless a very stupid little fish. But we'll give it another couple of minutes. Proper deep down there. This river is quite renowned though for being deeper than it is wide in spots. Some places it is literally deeper than it is wide. Many years ago, a stretch lower down than this, I fished a few times, and I must admit I plumbed up once, and the river, you could have laid your rod across it, and it was, I think, something like 16 foot deep. Crazy. Oh, well, I'm not sure what that was, but I nearly pulled the rod out of my hand. I missed it. Once again, last cast and another last cast. Just one more cast. Oh, it is deep. Not necessarily a good thing, really. It's you know, maybe that they're like a bit of water over their heads. we're in this time. Wow, this is going to be fun again because the river's a long way down. Nice chub. Got it. Oh, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Well guys, there we are. And I have to say, this fella's lucky day because I took my hook out and I've also taken someone else's hook out and hook link. He's clearly smashed them up. So, as I say, it's his lucky day. Unfortunately, he didn't get that bit of bread though he wanted. But that's fantastic. Really pleased with that. It came on just as it got dark, didn't they? But I'm definitely going to call it a day at that. It's getting proper chilly. Fantastic. Right, I'm going to get this fella back. Great stuff, that's him back, and as I say, I took that other hook and hook link out of him, so that's a bonus for him as well. Fantastic. Well, a couple of hours down here, really enjoyed that. It's just getting dark as you can see behind me, so I'm going to make tracks for home. It's getting proper chilly now. Fantastic. So as I say, I've really enjoyed that. That was great fun. Have a little bit of a rove, couple of hours in the afternoon, weekday afternoon. Fantastic. And we're into March and only a couple of weeks left to go of the river season, that is, of course. Now, I'm planning on getting out again very soon. As I said, I'm going to make the most of the river season whilst it lasts. Not sure exactly what I'll do next, but I should be out in the next few days. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Tight lines. Enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons. And I will see you again very soon.